it's 7, so I'm going to officially start our clock. And we just got 10 minutes easy to start, so you're going to have to listen to me for a little while here. Anyway, my mom went to like a really sort of old boarding school in England. I mean, she was born in 1950, so this would have been in the early 60s. And, oh, hang on a second. Steph's here. Steph, are you there? Hi. Steph?
Hello.
Hi, Steph. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, I'm alive. How are you?
I'm great. I've got a workout all set because I was like, oh, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if Steph's coming, but you're here. So you can take over if you want, or I can put the workout up. It's totally up to you.
Gosh, I think you should put the workout up.
Okay.
I'm on my phone and I love that. Hi, Chris. And I only see one person at a time on the phone setting, and I think it's awesome.
Well, there's 65 of them here this morning, so you got a big scroll to do.
You're lying.
So it's our regulars, and I was just telling Tessa, who had a goal of running a 5K in 25 minutes this year.
Nice.
And so, it's gonna happen because I'm setting her program up, but there's no races, so we're setting a date. I've set a date for her, and I don't think she really likes me for it. But I said I would be out there pacing her on a bike, or I might even run 6 meters apart or something. No, 2 meters apart. But then I was just following it up with a story about my mom who went to old school boarding school in England. This is the old days when they would get caned, and I mean it's just awful. She has the most terrible memories of boarding school. And she said that if you got in trouble, they would make you go running, and the headmistress would follow you on a bike, and if you weren't going fast enough, she'd hit you in the heels with her bike.
No.
So Tessa, that's what you got to look forward to. That's how I was brought up.
Well, and just so everyone knows, I can't even run 5Ks in 35 minutes right now. So
no, that's not true. You can do it with a little motivation. I'm gonna motivationally speak at you the whole time.
When is your proverbial run date?
8 weeks.
Oh snap! That's awesome.
I gotta get my daughter to stop baking so many cakes every day now.
Yeah, I've come to appreciate, I think maybe it's a blend. There's a blend called eat, treats, and run. And the more you run and the faster you run, the less treats you'll want to eat. It'll go hand in hand.
True. Good. Okay, I'll go by that as well.
I haven't hit that threshold yet.
We have who's that? Karen. We got Karen. It's hard to see. You're a little person. But thanks for joining us. Nice to see ya.
Jesse's looking rough. Holy smokes.
Yeah, so anyway, the other thing you're looking at is this friend of mine named Jesse Minty. He is doing 24 hours on his wind trainer, kind of partly on Zwift, and he turned 40 at midnight. So he's been riding since yesterday at 1 o'clock. And he is, he's got to ride till 1 o'clock today. He's been riding all night. And I just texted him and said we were going to do our warm up with him. So the first 10 minutes, you're 4 minutes into the warm up there with Jesse. He's in Victoria. He's raising money for the Rapid Relief Fund in Victoria. He's got his birthday hat on, and he's not looking super stoked. I'm going to take a picture so he knows we're looking. That might give him a little boost. Let's see here. I'll tell him on a screen share. Anyway.
Can we hear you, Jazzy?
No, this is just a live stream from YouTube. So
Oh,
It's only going in one direction, but I've told him that he's on a screen share with our morning group.
that's amazing.
Anyway, if you want to check it out, it's you can go to the Healthy Tea. The Healthy Tea is his YouTube. I'll send it out after, or I'll put it in the chats. And he's hilarious. I've been checking in all day with him, just kind of have it in the background. And he was having a trouble with his knee, and someone recommended a tensor bandage, and he didn't have one. So I told him to cut up an old sock and just like cut the toe off an old sock. So that he's had that sock on since about 10 last night on his knee. He's a character.
Holy cow, that's real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He's obviously a cyclist.
he is.
But
So
24 hours is a long time to spend on a trainer.
that's a long time. His goal was to ride across Canada. That was the original goal before all of this stuff started. So yeah, he's a little bummed about that, but he kind of reinvented the challenge, and I actually think this is tougher.
No kidding.
So anyway, that's
The
who
look
you're
on his
looking at.
face.
He's I'm gonna send him a, let's see here. Anyway, when we get through this warm up, which is in about another 3 minutes, we're gonna start a little activation set. I always like to warm up for about 20 minutes and make sure you guys are sweating before we actually get rolling. We got a great set today, combination of big gear work and higher RPM stuff to mix it up. We've got about 18 minutes of work, so it'll be a good session. And great to see you all here. Steph, are you in Whistler or in Vancouver?
Well, I'm in Vancouver, and I am like totally showing up for the coffee hour with you, Jazzy. So you can coach, and I like might do push-ups with you, because I brought my bike down and couldn't get it on a trainer with a through axle, and spent way too long diddly shitting around with it. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, if Jazzy can look at his computer, I guess I can too. So he's waving to you.
Yeah, he waved, and you know what? I waved back and then realized he can't see me.
But Karen Tulloch is on, and that's really fun.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Hi, Karen. Hello. Is this your pain cave?
Yeah.
I like it.
He looks inspired now, Jazzy. He looks inspired.
Yeah, he did. He picked up the cadence a bit.
Yeah.
And the guy beside him on that video doing jumping jack things is really inspired.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Well, I think he has a bunch of local businesses helping him out who kind of have supported, and so he's playing videos, like kind of promo videos from those companies.
Oh, cool.
They're not live people. I think he's just got kind of little promotional things going on. So anyway, I'll share his YouTube kind of name, and you can check it out after. But
do you know how far he's ridden?
I don't know. He's on Zwift, so you can jump on
okay.
with him too. And I actually don't know. But I'm sure that Zwift will probably track that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Great.
By the looks of it, this might be a long pee break.
Good on him.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Okay, we got about a minute until we're going to start this activation set here. I'm going to get the workout up on the screen so you can see it.
Dan, are you doing like a disco workout this morning?
Correct. Me and Amelia decided we'd put on the black light this morning for
Yeah, I love it. Good thinking, Amelia.
It's like you're at Soul Cycle.
yeah, totally.
Who's been to a Soul Cycle?
I went to one in Toronto
Yeah.
last year. It's quite the experience.
It's an amazing experience. Okay, we're gonna go here in about 30 seconds. The first bit of this activation set is 20 seconds standing. Then you're gonna take a seat, and for 30 seconds, you're gonna spin the legs up. High RPM, but don't go crazy. Like wherever your body is at right now is fine. If that's 95, if that's 100, wherever it's at is totally fine. And then seated for 40 seconds easy. And we're gonna run through that 5 times. Okay, I'm gonna walk you through the whole thing. You don't have to remember that. So in 10 seconds, we're gonna stand for 20 seconds. Ready in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. And take a seat and spin the legs up here for 30 seconds. Again, just part of the warm-up. You don't need to go crazy right now. Wherever your body is at is totally fine. And good. Nice and easy for 40 seconds. So you got the pattern. We're going to do that 4 more times. Nice and easy here. Karen, it's really nice to see another face this morning. Great to have you out. All right, round 2 coming up here in 10 seconds. Going in 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Standing up, 20 seconds. And take a seat, bring the RPM up. If you find during the warm-up that your body can bring a little bit more each time, that's totally good. That's usually what happens. As the body warms up, it's gonna wanna go a little bit higher, but don't force it. Whatever you got is what you got. And good, 40 seconds, nice and easy here. Nice job, nice job. 3 more. Okay, we're going again in 15. In 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Standing up, 20 seconds. I do love the Dan Barton setup. All right, take a seat. Bring the RPM up. Again, don't force it. Wherever you're at is where you're at. But don't be surprised if it gets a little bit higher each time. Ten seconds. And good, nice and easy, 40 seconds here. We got 2 more of those, 2 more. Let's get ready here in 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Okay, take a seat. Spin the legs up. Here we go. I made you stand a little bit too long there. Sorry. It's only a few seconds. Ten more seconds here. And good. Nice and easy. Nice and easy for 40 seconds. One more. Very good. Very good. Last one here. Starting in 10 seconds. We're going in 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Standing up. And take a seat. 30 seconds, bring the RPM up. That's it, that's it. Good job. Right through here. And good. Awesome. Great job. So nice and easy here. Nice and easy here for about just over 2 minutes. You sweating? Who's sweating? Hands up if you're sweating. Yeah, good. That's what we want, hey? End of the warm-up, you want to feel good and warm, a little bit of a sweat, ready to go. So the main set today is really simple. We're basically doing 6 times 3 minutes, okay? The first 2 minutes of each rep is big gear or lower cadence work. I want you guys 55 to 60 RPM. If you feel like that's a little bit too aggressive, you can move that range up to about 65. But 55 to 60 RPM, that's all seated. And then you're gonna go straight into 1 minute seated where we bring the RPM up. And ideally we bring it to a place that challenges you, but is not super aggressive. Like you shouldn't be bouncing up and down in the saddle, but it should feel a bit of a challenge. I've put 95 plus here. You know, if you're challenged at 105, then go to 105. If you're challenged at 90, then go to 90. There's no wrong answers. Just wherever kind of gets you to your limit, and then we hang out there, okay? So this is kind of like climbing a big hill. You crest the top, and we get on top of the gear again, okay? 6 by 3 minutes. You get 3 minutes easy in between. The effort I want on these is, if you're doing perceived effort, about 85 to 90%. So this should be over your second threshold, okay? If you know what that is. And if you're using FTP as a measure, it should be 110 to 115% of your FTP, if you know that number, okay? Good, we good? Give me a thumbs up if we're good. Everybody understand? Yep, good, okay. Let's have a good set this morning, hey? We're gonna get rolling here in about 30 seconds. So again, we're starting with 2 minutes at 55 to 60 RPM, and then straight into a minute where we bring the RPM up, but the effort should be the same for all 3 minutes, okay? All right, We're going to go in 10. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Good job, good job. I've put you guys on mute just so the camera doesn't bounce around too much. So like I always say with these sets, hey, you gotta relax everything that doesn't need to be working here. So if you're holding tension in your face or your neck or your hands, you need to get rid of that tension, put all your energy in to your legs where it's useful. You guys are a minute in. Good job, good job. Great job, great job. 20 seconds left here. Keep pushing, keep pushing. So in 10 seconds, the goal here is to keep the same effort, but bring the RPM up. You can switch gears if you need to. You don't have to stay in the same gear. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Let's get on top of the gear, just like you've crested a hill. Get those legs going. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable right at the start there. It's not always an awesome feeling, but that's kind of what we're after. That looks really good, really good. Karen, you look great. Really good, really good. Nice and relaxed. Really disciplined upper body. Very good, very good. 30 seconds. Keep going now. Come on. 20 seconds. See it through here. 10 seconds. Right to the top. And good. Nice and easy here for 3 minutes. Nice job, everybody. Nice job. Very good. Very good. What I really like is that everybody looks really disciplined in the upper body. You know, whatever position you're in, that's fine. If you're down on the aero bars, if you're sitting up, it's all good. Just make sure that, you know, the upper body's quiet and you're driving all that energy into the legs. That's what we want here, especially on the big gear stuff. Lots of rest here. Put up your hand if you're using wattage on this set. Put up your hand if you're going on perceived effort. Just how it feels. Okay. Yeah, no right or wrong answers. You know, both are good. Wattage is great because it gives you a pretty exact number, but you know, it wasn't so long ago we didn't have any metrics, and people were still pretty powerful. So okay, we're about halfway through this recovery block here. We got about 90 seconds till we go again. Put up your hand if you've been doing any of the virtual events that are starting to pop up everywhere. I think Ironman has a series, and there's a company called Final Surge that's a bit like Training Peaks. It's got a series coming out now, and lots of different companies doing virtual stuff. Anybody done one yet? Yeah, Chris? Yeah. Cool. Was it good? Thumbs up, thumbs down, weird? Yeah, cool. Okay, 20 seconds, number 2. We're going in 10. Again, we're starting with 2 minutes at 55 to 60 RPM. So big, strong push here. Ready in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice job, nice job. Settle in here. One minute in. Very good, very good. Awesome job. Keep pushing here. Coming up on halfway. Got 30 seconds till we crest that hill, bring the RPM up, and get on top of the gear. Going in 20 seconds. Excellent job, excellent job. Going in 10. 5 seconds. When we make the switch, get on it right away. Ready? Here we go. Slight change of gears. Get right on top of it. If it feels uncomfortable and like your legs fill up a little bit, that's kind of what we're looking for. So embrace that. Not a bad thing. Excellent job. Excellent job. 30 seconds to go. $15 seconds. Come on, see it through now. Right to the top here, right to the top. 5 seconds. Don't let up. Come on. And good. Awesome job. 3 minutes, nice and easy here. Keep your legs moving for sure. Excellent job. And unmute you guys. I want some feedback. How does that transition feel when you go from a big gear to higher cadence? Does it, Chris? How does that feel?
Feels like I've been riding since 1 a.m.
Perfect.
It's a bit it's hard, but then you get into it.
Yeah. It's interesting, eh? When you make the transition, it's a little uncomfortable, but then it gets comfortable again. Lindsay, how about you?
Yeah, the first kind of 10, 15 seconds is pretty uncomfortable, but then get a rhythm. It's okay. So hard. The whole
Yeah.
thing's hard, but-
Yeah. And Karen?
Good. Nothing to report. Safe.
Yeah. Good. Michael, how does that feel?
Yeah, it was all right. Getting used to it. I will be losing my battery power, so on my phone, because I lose time on the outside, and my computer doesn't work here. So I may have to know what it is.
Yeah, if you disappear, I'll just assume that you're crushing it on the other side there.
Yeah.
That you're still going. You know the set's pretty easy, so if you disappear, finish it up for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And Dan, we're just going around the room and talking about how it feels when you make the transition. How does it feel?
Yeah, when you said full legs, that was a pretty good explanation of how it feels. Yeah.
It's weird, eh? Yeah, the legs are working hard, and then they kind of fill up with lactic acid for a bit.
Yeah.
Tessa, what about you?
Well, it's a little bit different for me. I can't change anything on the bike.
Oh, that's right.
So I just do 2 minutes of pretty fast, and then I do a 1 minute really fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, it hurts. It helps when you go, keep going, keep going.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna roll into this one right now here. Sorry for the we're on target. We into your 2 minutes, big gear here. After this, we'll be halfway. You guys are doing a super job this morning. Nice and smooth here. Try and be really smooth all the way around the pedal stroke. That doesn't mean equal power around the pedal stroke. It just means be smooth around the pedal stroke. When you're doing big gear, you're gonna have to default to getting more of your power from the push phase, which is what we want. But we still want you engaged all the way around so it's smooth. Very good, very good. We're coming up on halfway here. 30 seconds until we switch. Twenty seconds. 10 seconds. Ready, and here we go. Let's make the change. Get on top of that gear as quick as you can. That's it, that's it. Come on now, finish this one up here. Very good, very good. 20 seconds. Keep going here, 10 seconds. Finish it up, come on now. Very good. All done. Good job. You guys are halfway. So good. Well done. Very good. Very good. Whoa, someone's rocking out. It's funny. I do. My daughter's a figure skater, and I do all their off-ice training when they're actually skating. And obviously, right now it's not happening. So they're doing online off-ice classes just like this. And it's quite a different dynamic working with a bunch of kind of 8 to probably 7 to 10-year-olds. There's like 30 of them on the Zoom. It's a little bit intimidating, but they're pretty funny.
What do they do? Do they all make faces at themselves, or do they all actually get involved?
No, it's kind of split exactly the way it would be in person. So you've got some of the kids that are hyper engaged and some that are eating snacks and playing with their cat.
Sounds cute.
Yeah, they're really great. They're a really great group of kids. They're lots of fun. Put up your hand if you feel like you spend an incredible amount of time on Zoom these days. All right, we got 1 more minute left here. "45 seconds. We're in the back stretch here. You guys are doing a super job this morning. Everybody looks so disciplined when we do that big gear stuff. It's really good. Always check into where you're holding tension. Sometimes we hold it in the weirdest places, and we don't need it there. "20 seconds. I remember seeing like footage and pictures of Michael Jordan, and his face always looked so relaxed. Like he never held tension there. And I feel like I always held tension in my face. Like that. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Number 4. Great job. Coming up on a minute here. Very good. Very good. Coming up on halfway here. Awesome job. Awesome job. "15 seconds. We're going to make the switch over. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's get right on top of it here. There we go. Very good. Very good. Awesome job. You guys are working so hard today. This is awesome. What a great way to start the day. Ten seconds here. Finish it up. Here we go. Here we go. Right to the finish. Come on. And good. Very good. Nice and easy here for 3 minutes. Awesome job. I've got this book here. So I do, when I do the off ice, some of the kids are older. So I read them like stuff from books. And I found this really great passage that's like really good to read this morning. So it's from a book called The Beauty of Discomfort. It's by Amanda Lang. I don't know if anybody's read it, but here's the bit I wrote. I read to them, which will be like really good for your last 2 intervals here. It says, here's the thing, truly successful people don't merely tolerate discomfort, they embrace it, seeking it out again and again. And their comfort with discomfort is what makes them so good at change. How about now?
Yep.
Is that better? Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. That was Zoom's fault. I'm shifting blame. I'm going to read you that passage on the next recovery block here for your last interval. We got 10 seconds until we go. Going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's really commit here, hey? This is where you get all the benefit when you're a little bit tired, but you have to still keep digging. You got to fully commit. You're in or you're out. Better to be in. That's it. That's it. 1 minute in here. Stay focused here. Coming up on halfway through this set, through this interval. We're going to make that shift here in 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. All right, here we go. Let's make the shift here. Just like you're cresting a hill, bring up that RPM. Get on top of the gear. That's excellent. So good. Stay with it here. Come on now. 30 seconds to go. Come on now, right to the finish here. 10 seconds. Stay on it, stay on it. Don't let up. Come on. 5 seconds. And good. So good. Hey, down to the last one. This is zipping by. We can do another 6 if you want. You just stay here all day. We'll go until Jesse's done. Okay, here's the bit I was going to read you when I froze and then the Zoom world temporarily ended. So again, this is from a book called The Beauty of Discomfort by Amanda Lang. And I just love this little paragraph. It's right at the beginning. It says, here's the thing. Truly successful people don't merely tolerate discomfort, they embrace it, seeking it out again and again. And their comfort with discomfort is what makes them so good at change. And for emphasis, I read that sentence twice, but I think it was when I froze. So I'm going to read it again because I just think it's awesome. It says, their comfort with discomfort is what makes them so good at change. They seem to experience discomfort as a positive rather than a negative force, and they find a way to use it to motivate themselves to achieve. Anyway, that seems rather relevant as we head into our last interval. I think that's like one of the greatest strengths that we can try and acquire is that ability to really embrace when it hurts. If we can kind of fall in love with that idea, then, you know, when you're in the tough moments, you'll just keep pushing. All right. We got about 1:10 here until we hit the next one. I think that stuff applies to anything. I mean, we've got this new testing protocol that we're gonna deliver, and I had to do all this kind of background stuff and onboarding, and it was really tough. It wasn't physically tough, it was mentally hard. It was like I was back at university, and I was really struggling with some of the concepts. You know, I understand it, but just the way they present it was challenging for me. And like I had some days where I really had to bear down mentally and kind of, I had to remind myself that the struggle even in academic stuff is really important. Like you have to really grapple with concepts sometimes before you get them. They don't just come easy. And so physically it's sort of easier to get that, but I think even mentally or in relationships or whatever, that struggle is like the beauty. Okay, I'll be quiet. We got one more here, 5 seconds. Let's really commit here, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Very good, very good. Keep it nice and smooth here. Really focus. Small chunks, break it into small chunks. You only have to handle 10 seconds at a time here. You can always do 10 seconds well. That's a minute. Guys are over halfway here. We're coming up on that switch in about 15 seconds. And then you're into the last minute of this whole workout. So let's make it count here. 5 seconds. Ready. Here we go. Let's get right on top of that gear. Finish it up here. Last hard thing this morning. So good, so good. Right away, you guys are all on it. Very good, very good. Let's see this through now. 15 seconds to go. Come on. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Come on, right to the finish. Let's go, let's go. There you go. Very good, very good. That was awesome. Hey, you guys are so good. That was such a great set. I can just tell. You guys are all working so hard. It's awesome. Including Dan's daughters.
Yeah.
That's Amelia and Audrey, and they're fabulous bike riders. They're my neighbors. Hey, well done, everybody. So good. So we have about 6 minutes here until we're at the hour. Definitely nice and easy here. I'd encourage you, if at the end of that 6 minutes you don't feel like you've totally had enough cool down, definitely take a bit more. Chris was asking, what if I want to extend this ride? So the general rule here is you've done the hard work. So you've done enough of that kind of work. You only need 15 to 25 minutes of that kind of work to really elicit like a training response, which is what we're looking for. So if you want to continue on for say an hour and a half, my recommendation is to have it at about 65 to 70% of your FTP. So we call endurance or base, you know, that the same percentage applies if you're going on perceived effort, but keep the RPM, you know, a little bit higher. So it should be 90 plus, and just spin. And that's sufficient. You don't need to do really any more of that kind of work that we just did. So if you want to extend it, just settle into that endurance zone 2 if you use zones, and spin. Okay, that was awesome. You guys are all unmuted. How was that?
Good, thank you.
That was awesome.
Good. Yeah, good. Yeah, it looked really good. I mean, you guys all look so smooth when you're doing the big gear stuff, like very disciplined in the upper body, which is really good. You make that transition very quickly to high RPM, which is also good. Great.
You still have any coffee left, Jasper? Or you out?
Well, no, I still got a bit, but it's cold and gross now. But this is my
That's
mug.
weird.
Has everybody seen my mug?
Nice.
It's my royal mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody gave it to me when they got married. I'm not even a fan of the Royals, but it's my favorite coffee cup. Chris, what's on tap today?
Actually interesting. I'm leaving the house for the first time since March 12th-ish.
Oh my gosh.
And we, at Rogers Arena, we have a huge kitchen facility still, right? And so we're producing, the company is producing, I think it's 3,500 lunches a week for the Salvation Army and a kids program. And so we're all volunteering.
I
Each
gotta
of
run,
us
thanks
take turns
everyone.
volunteering.
See you, Karen. Thanks for
Okay.
joining us.
We're putting together the lunches today.
Wow.
And it's pretty cool.
Dude, that is really cool. I always love hearing stories like that, like when big organizations kind of get
Just,
stuck in there and help. That's really cool.
There's no ice in the arena, obviously, right now, right? So
Hmm.
we've got this huge, long table set up on the floor,
Yes.
and everybody stands far apart.
Yep.
It's like this big assembly line.
Amazing. That's really cool. But
Otherwise, it would have been just a normal day, but that's
yeah,
the most exciting day ever.
I kind of want to circle back to what that you said. You haven't left your house since March 12th.
Wow. Not actually, aside from groceries and,
Right.
a bike ride or whatever, but not,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
haven't gone to the office or anything.
Yeah. I feel like I've been like, I have to get out running in the trails or something every day, or I go a little stir crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dan, what about you? What's on tap?
Some solid work ahead. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm busier than ever, just in front of the computer 24/7. So
Yeah. Like, so yeah, lots of computer work.
Zooming, Zoom workouts, computer work.
You should put your kids in a different room and Zoom with them too.
That's a good point. I should do that. Read bedtime stories.
Yeah, over Zoom. That's funny. And Lindsay, what's on tap for you?
This evening we have I'm working with Live Feisty, and we're doing happy hours
Cool.
twice a week.
Yep.
So I've been putting that together. And tonight we have Dana Platten and Rachel Joyce, who are great
Cool.
at.
Yep.
So they're going to come on and do like a leadership talk for us.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic. That's really great.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. We've been doing them, I think this is week 3 or 4.
Yep.
2 nights a week
Cool.
with different people.
Amazing. That's really great. And Tessa, what's on tap?
Day on tap. I've never heard that before. That's quite an interesting
Really?
phrase there, Jasper.
Hey, you know what? I'm sort of one of the cool kids. Just stick with me. Status elevated.
I'm doing much the same as Dan. Lots of calls on the computer and working.
Yeah.
We're looking at reopening again. Probably June, whenever Bonnie says we can.
Yep.
So we're trying to get together what the club will look like.
Right.
It'll look
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. That actually makes me feel quite happy that you're aiming for June, because I need little glimmers of hope for when skating will reopen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she says mid-May, but I'm like, I think we'll push it a little bit. Not open up right then. And it'll take that amount of time to get all the new health and safety protocols in place anyway.
Yeah.
What do you do for work, Tessa?
I run a culture club, like a co-working club called Quench. Yeah.
Best.
Yeah. It just, Lindsay, she gave you like the 1-sentence version. The space she has created is one of the coolest spaces like you'll ever see. You should actually go check it out online just to see the photos of what she's done there.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
We join like the attic of 2 buildings. So it makes this big building. It's really cool.
Is it 25,000 square feet?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
downtown, or where is it?
Where Valley Village is in Victoria.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Anyway, you should really go check out the photos, just
I will.
purely out of like it's, and even the photos don't do it justice, but they're still great.
And it's called
It's called Quench with a K, Kwench.
What do you do, Lindsay?
Well, I am a podorthist.
A what?
Podorthist, so I like make orthotics,
Oh, yeah.
do like gait assessment and footwear kind of like analysis and
Very cool.
that kind of thing. But I'm not working doing that right now. The clinic I was at is shut down. So right now I'm working with Live Feisty, doing some online stuff for them.
Awesome. Very cool.
So I'm excited to hear the shoe talk tomorrow. From
Oh
Jim.
yeah, it's going to be a combination of, the first half's actually going to be a little bit of bike maintenance, not like change a tire bike maintenance, but kind of other stuff, and then shoes.
Neat.
So it'll be a combo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then actually the following Friday we have Lindsay Corbin coming on for a Q&A. We just confirmed her, which will be really exciting.
Oh, nice work.
So yeah, that'll be good. But we'll kind of announce that this week or at some point. So
Guys, I gotta go.
hey Chris, have an awesome day. Thanks for
Good to see
joining.
ya.
Nice
Okay.
to see you guys. Yep.
Take care. Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
we'll see ya. See ya.
Thanks, Tessa.
You bet, Tessa. Nice to see ya.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
See ya, Dan. See ya, Lindsay.
Bye.